Hello everyone, how you doing? NSFW81 here, back with another episode of the Undiscovered. Right now, as I am saying this, it is January 13th, a Sunday. I am pre-recording this because I don't want to have the editing nightmare that I had when I did the first episode. Okay, this week's game is going to be RUSE. I decided that I'd do another World War II game today. Yup. Highlighting the ones that I really think are good. RUSE is a strategy game featuring many different factions from World War II. You can go to the Rusepedia to check out many of these nations, in fact all of them, minus a few noticeable changes that are in the campaign, which I will touch on later. You can play as in the multiplayer or in just regular skirmishes. You can play as the United States, Germany, UK, France, Italy, the USSR, and Japan. Japan is downloadable content. I just have that downloadable content. The United States is skilled in mostly everything, but they have major weakness. Germany's most impressive ability would have to be how high quality their units are. It's just that they're really expensive. The UK specializes in Air Force. The French specializes in defense. Italy specializes in the surmounting of the enemy through a lot of units. And Russia relies on brute force from mostly their tanks. My favorite faction is Russia. I don't know about you guys. Japan, if you want to know about Japan, just ask me about it in the comments section. I don't need to touch on it considering it's DLC. Excuse me, my voice kid out there, I meant to say DLC. Anyway, the game has a very rich campaign featuring you playing as Colonel Joe Sheridan, probably related to Civil War Commander Sheridan, who slowly rises up the ranks from being, I believe, a lieutenant colonel at the beginning of the game to lieutenant general at the end of the game. This really makes you feel like you're doing something in the military as you lead your units through battle, and you also follow a very rich story of the war, ranging from the beginning United States of America's campaigns in North Africa to their final campaigns fighting against the quote-unquote unknown enemy in Western Germany.
These Stuarts aren't the sturdiest.
The game's action and playstyle is very different from most RTSs, as you are allowed to place a ghost whenever you first build a unit, which tells you where they're gonna go. Each unit is marked by their flag on top, here showing German, which is right here, and Italian, which is right there. Planes are also marked red if they're enemies, green if they're allies, or blue if they're your units. Tanks move slowly, infantry moves quickly, sort of, and planes are obviously very fast. Things like artillery make the game difficult, and also everything has sort of a check and balance. Infantry is very good against tanks when hidden, but when out in the open, any tank will take out infantry.
Yes, sir.
You can also use things called ruses, where you can do things like see enemies in a sector, see where they're going to go, put up decoys, things like that. It's a very unique system of RTS gameplay and really makes you think. The battle game type is where the game really shines. It allows you to take full control of the battlefield, allows you to place every building available to you under a certain economy, and allows you to have your own unit cap of 100 or 50 if you're playing on a team of 2, which you can do in multiplayer, or if you give yourself an AI partner. You can control things like what buildings you want, what type of military you want to invest in. And also, it really provides a feeling of greatness if you're fighting against an AI. You can change AI types from things like howitzer to turtle. If you're fighting against things like hard turtles, which are very difficult to take down in some cases, it really feels like an intense battle when 30 of your tanks are grizzing through their front lines in order to take them down at their headquarters.
Sir, enemy is blitzing in this sector.
All in all, the game is by far worth it. You can do amazing things in battle mode on famous maps such as D-Day and the Battle of El Alamein. It's a great game, a great World War II strategy game, and one of the most well-made World War II games, even at the rank that I gave the Saboteur, which I did last week. You can do almost anything you've wanted to as a strategy game in a strategy game in this. It is definitely worth it, and I guarantee you go pick it up, which will be around $20 or maybe around £15 if you live in Britain. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week. Peace. One quick final word before I go, guys. I'm sorry, but this series will most likely never be rendered in 720p HD like I can usually do. It's just what happens, and I don't feel like dealing with it, okay? I'm sorry, that's my honest opinion. I'm trying to get these videos out, and I believe I did a good job this week. How did I do? Put it in the comment section below. Please give me a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get 10 likes. And please subscribe. Thanks.